Yeah, man, YouTube, it's your boy DJ Platinum. Let's get straight into this one. Should you play what the crowd want, or should you play what you like? Now, first off, let me just give you the short answer. If you take anything away from this video, if you just take one message, play to the crowd. Play what the crowd want to hear. So that's the short answer, yeah? Let's go into the longer version. So this is primarily going off if you're playing in a nightclub, yeah, and you've got a crowd in front of you, and you've got your music, and you are deciding what to play to that big crowd in front of you. So you should read your crowd, understand your crowd, know what music genre you're supposed to play, whether it's new school, old school as well, or whatever, whatnot, yeah? So you should play to the crowd. Now, before I talk about playing for yourself, with playing for the crowd, there's a couple of conflicts, yeah? Couple of conflicts that you may face. Now, let me give you an example. Let me just go a bit back here, back into the vinyl days, right? So I have a good female friend, and I was playing at one of her birthday parties, yeah? And then she told me, yeah, bring a lot of grime. Yeah, I want you to play a lot of grime. Yeah, I want you to play a lot of grime at my party. And so think of this year, it's the vinyl days, yeah? So in the vinyl days, you can't, if you got a shed load of vinyl, you can't bring your whole shit normally, yeah? So I've got my car, I'm playing at her birthday party in her house, yeah? And I'm bringing all my DJ equipment in my car. Not a van or nothing, or lorry, in my car. So I've got all my DJ equipment. Then I've got record boxes. You know, record boxes generally hold like 50 pieces of vinyl. So you get bigger ones that can hold 100 or whatever with wheels and all that. But anyway, so I've got a shed load of grime music, yeah. I've got other genres as well, but mainly grime. So I've packed out my stuff with grime, right? So I've turned up to the party now. So obviously I've left some stuff at home, innit? Because it's the vinyl days, and I've got a car now, not a van, yeah? I've got all my DJ equipment in there as well. So I've turned up expecting to play a whole heap of grime, but so the birthday girl wants grime, but all the rest of her guests, they want other genres, innit? So yeah, I did have other genres, but I didn't have the full selection I would have if I knew the crowd was like that. So sometimes the person who's booking you for the party may want a particular thing, but the rest of the people, so in that case, obviously nowadays, you're not going to really run into that problem because your whole music library can fit onto your laptop memory or even your USB stick, depending on how much music you got and all that, yeah? So, but yeah, so a couple of conflicts there. So the person who's booking you to play might ask you a different thing from the crowd one. I'm going to give you a second example, right? So I played for a DJ agency for a while, and used to get lots of bookings in different bars across central London, right? And a couple of occasions, so I think they had like a mixed bag of DJs, and it was primarily pop, kind of, you know, light-hearted R&B and whatever. So it's not the core main music I play, but me have the ting them, you get me? I've got the ting them, so cool, just, you know, little bookings here and there, whatever. If I ain't booked for that date or whatever, I play for the agency in them bars in central London or whatever, yeah? Couple of times, so obviously it's more of a poppy kind of, and it was generally on a Friday, like an after work thing. You don't go on all through the night till early morning or whatever. So it was like a light-hearted crowd. People come from work and all that. So it's kind of poppy, you know, chart music, you know, bit tad urban, tad R&B and all that, but it's generally light-hearted stuff. So obviously, I don't know what the other DJs are like, but sometimes when a couple of people, they see, you know, the DJ look a bit urban and that, and then, you know, you just touch a treat, you know, you just play a little Drake and Rihanna and all that, and then they start asking for certain tunes. They want to hear more deeper tunes. I bet have them. But you see, sometimes when we play them, the crowd's getting mad, you know, the crowd want the music. But the management are saying, we don't want them thing there to play here. So what do? Do Do you play what the crowd want? Because you know you're going to bust up the place. But the management don't want that. Are you going to jeopardize your booking? Are you desperate for that booking? You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. Generally speaking, you've got something with the management, you know, play what the management asking you for. Yeah. If you decide later on that's not the kind of place you want to play at, that's up to you. But whilst the management has asked you to play something, the moral thing to do is play the thing, right? Obviously, if you've got time and space to have that discussion in the middle of the party and speak to the management and say, look, I know you want me to play this, but the crowd is feeling this. Are you okay for me to switch it up? It's yes or no. It's their thing, yeah? So that's where some of the conflicts, I can give you more examples, but I think you get the drift. So, but generally, you're in that club setting, you play for the crowd, yeah? You might be playing for a promoter for the first time. You might be an up-and-coming DJ with scarce bookings, and you might want to try to impress the crowd so that you get your name out there, impress the person that's booking you, and you want the crowd to be like, yeah. And then people come up to you, you give them your business card, you know, you expand. Now, if you're not making an impact on the crowd, that promoter might not book you again. People's not going to come up to ask you for your business card or whatever. So if your goal is to expand as a DJ and you get them rare, you know, scarce club bookings, you need to make sure you perform. One of the main things you need to do is read the crowd. So let's talk about playing for yourself, yeah? Generally, when I say play for the crowd, I'm talking about the upcoming DJ, the mid-level DJ, and the top DJ. Not the top of top, but the big DJs. But I'm not talking about there's an elite level. I'm not talking about the elite level, yeah? I'll tell you why in a sec. But, so, when people play for themselves, don't get me wrong, you might love all the tunes that the crowd's loving, then it's a win-win. But some people play the tunes that they like and the crowd's not feeling it, and then you mess up the party. Obviously now there's other, and it's the same if you're like in a wedding, a christening, a birthday party. But now say you're like on a radio station or whatever, and you've got your specialist show, then you might play your niche. Yeah, that's your agreement with the radio station. So you're playing your thing. So in that situation, yeah, if that's the agreement you got, and then you got a niche, small, select group of listeners, then that's that arrangement for that radio show. So in that case, you may play for yourself. But I've seen, and like, I've played many genres of music, and my bookings have been, you know, certain times have been a lot of garage, and other times have been a lot of dancehall and whatever. Because I'm generally a multi-genre DJ, generally, yeah. So, I remember there was a time where most of my things that I was going with was garage, yeah. Like the bookings and I was always playing everything, but all the bookings and the radio stations I was on, yeah. So there was a few DJs I come across, and if you're old school garage DJ, yeah, you probably know what I mean. I come across multiple DJs that they are veterans. When I say veterans, I don't mean their name's big or anything. They've just been around for time. They are well known, yeah. They are well known, and they've got so much contacts and links in the business. And they can actually, and like, they're good DJs, they can mix. But their name's not out there big. And one of the main reasons is that they play for themselves. I'm not saying they should want to be the biggest DJ. Maybe they're just content doing them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, if you want to expand as a DJ, you can't be playing for yourself, because I know them veteran DJs, and, you know, they've been around for time. They've been on them garage radio stations since day one. You know, they know so many people in the industry, because, you know, sometimes it's not what you know, so you know. So but they've got the skill as well, and they've just not grown as a DJ when you've got the links and the experience and the contacts and you know the ins and outs of radios, and you know you got part ownership of a radio station, and you know how to put up on a pirate radio station, how to put up the rig, and you know people that's deep into the thing, but they don't expand. Why? Because they play for themselves. Sometimes you listen to a radio show and it's boring as, you know what I mean? So, and obviously, don't get me wrong, you know, you got some DJs, they specialize in playing new music. So if you constant bag of new tunes that have just been released, you don't know them, and that's the theme of their show. But yeah, some DJs, they play for themselves, they're boring out the place, whether it's radio, whether it's the clubs, and they don't progress. And if that is your thing, you are an upcoming DJ and you want to expand and progress and build your name, in those situations, you can't play for yourself. And I did say I was going to touch on the elite DJs. The super elite DJs, some of them could do what the F they want because they have that power. So, some of the elite DJs, they bust certain tunes. They bust certain tunes that probably wouldn't even make it. Certain DJs, I can think of an example of certain DJs and certain tunes, but I don't want to call out names and all that, yeah? But certain DJs have bust certain elite DJs have made tunes big. And on the other hand, there's tune, like a couple of times I've been to the radio record shop back in the day, the vinyl days. And you know, if you're a vinyl DJ, you know, you go to the record shop, and some of the record shops, you know, you listen to the music, but some of them, they've got the turntables in there so you can actually take a selection of tunes and listen to them or whatever. And some tunes new tunes, I thought, this tune is bad. Oh my God, what? And then you buy the tunes, you think this tune's gonna be big, but the tune don't blow. Why? Maybe my taste in music is not the same as everyone else, maybe not. Or maybe it's just that the person who produced the tune hasn't promoted the tune well. But it could just be the elite DJs haven't promoted that particular tune. Maybe the tune hasn't got that much exposure. And the elite DJs, especially back in the day, had the power to bust certain tune. But remember what I said at the beginning of the video. If you take anything from this video, should you play for the crowd or should you play for yourself? I've talked about different variables, but the short version of the answer is always play for the crowd. It's important, especially if you're an upcoming DJ. See you next time.